How's it going there, guys? James here from Butler Farms on a very nice Saturday afternoon. Man, the weather's been nice here lately. We've been getting down into the 40s and upper 30s and low 60s during the day. Very little humidity, so this is the time I'm getting some stuff done out here. It has been a beautiful weekend. Wanted to show you a project that I'm working on, or just finished actually. Now y'all know that I am always in the fight to create more compost. It's always a struggle, always I need it. There's just no other way around it. It's the best thing that I've found to naturally put around my plants that gives them the nutrition that they need, fertilizer that they need. I do use some organic bought fertilizer. I don't try to hide that. It is organic stuff. But I can't afford that. I mean, organic fertilizer is very expensive. Regular fertilizer is very expensive if you've priced it lately, but what I'm dealing with now is I've got some compost that's working. Y'all have seen those videos, and needed a way to kind of get the good stuff out of it. I noticed if y'all remember way back when I was making compost out of that big wood chip pile, over time, the stuff I was putting it around, I really didn't care if there was still chunks left in it and things like that. But I'm getting ready to start a new project that'll kick off in the spring. I'm gonna build them this winter, kick it off in the spring. Y'all know that I'm getting ready to clear all of that out right there. Okay, that right there, all where the strawberry bed used to be. I'm getting ready to clear all that out. Plus, y'all have seen the new land that we had pushed back after the storms, while the equipment was here and they were cleaning up all these big trees that came down back over across the holler over here. I had them use that machine that chews up stuff and push the woods line back where it used to be when we first got married and I first came up here. And so in that spot over there and this spot right here, okay, I'm going to be putting raised beds. So what we've got right here is the makings of that next project. All right, I've got my cedar sides right there. I was able to find some cedar, so that's going to last a little while longer, but that's not what we're doing today. Before I can do this and before I can start putting plants in it and before those kind of things, I've got to get some compost made. So what I've done over here is something to be able to get the chunks out of my finished compost. Every time I've got finished compost and it's completely done, there's always going to be some thicker pieces. And what I'm going to be growing, and that's fine for around my fruit trees and things like that. I don't mind that at all. But when we're talking about lettuces and little bitty seeds, like carrot seeds and things like that I'm going to be growing in those raised beds that I'm going to build here as my next little project, I need to get the chunks out of it. So we have created this little sifting system here. All right, so here's my wheelbarrow. This is what I'll be toting it in, obviously. And forgive me here, I'm having to film by myself. But what I did is I built this little box out of some old scrap 2x4 that I've got laying around. And you can see that it is the same size as my wheelbarrow. Okay, it's just a little bit longer in height and just a little bit wider in width. I've still got to get my staple gun and put this sides down before it catches me. It's a little bit heavier than what I want it to be, but it's not like this is something I'm going to use every day. This is about 2 or 3 times a year at most when I'm trying to get compost to different things. When I do the raised beds, I'll have a spring raised bed garden, I'll have a fall raised bed garden with lettuces and carrots and just different leafy vegetables mostly in those. I'll still have my in-ground garden for my workhorses, but if we want a fresh salad, we can seriously just walk out of the house right there to right there where it's going to be and cut us a salad. So I need some fine compost to mix in with that, especially with seeds the size that those are. So you can see these are just old leftover 2x4s. When we built our house, we had a shed that my wife's great-grandfather built behind here, and I went through and tried to knock as many of the 2x4s out of it as I could before they came through with the bulldozer and just rolled over it. And I was able to get, I don't know, probably 15 or 20 that didn't break or bust. To say the least, he had it nailed in pretty good. And so this is just stuff that's just laying around. It's old, it's hard, it is waterlogged in some cases, and this was just out of some scrap pieces where I've made other things, and I was able to find these pieces that were just long enough for these sides. So as you can see, it covers the entire wheelbarrow. All right, it's got the sides here. This is 1/2 inch hardware cloth. I almost went with the 1/4 inch, and you know, I don't know, I don't need anything that fine. If I'm having to get down to 1/4 inch size hardware cloth for my compost, all that tells me is that I must be growing some very delicate stuff that I probably don't need to grow. I don't do delicate. So for lettuces and stuff, this will get it down enough, because the compost is not going to sit on top of the seeds anyway. I'm going to mix it in the top inch or so of the soil anyway, so it's not, you know, it's not like it's going to be sitting on top of it. So basically what it's going to be, and I'll bring this to you back when that compost gets made, I'll dump shovel loads of compost on top of here, and it's perfect. I don't have to pick it up or anything. I can just simply work it back and forth like that. The fine stuff falls through, the big stuff stays on top. Can you tell we're out in the country? We've got a banana train of tractors coming down the road here. Don't know where he's headed, but as you can see, there he goes down through there. So everybody's on a tractor around here, so we definitely live out in the country. But this will allow me to let the fines fall through and let the big stuff fall on top. All I'll do is take the big stuff and dump it right back in the pile, cover it back up, and let it break down some more. It's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful thing. And you know, this can just stay, this is pressure treated stuff. It's old, but like I said, it's pressure treated, and so it can stay leaned up against the back of my shop back there, like where my wheelbarrow stays. Like I said, I won't need it but 2 or 3 times a year, but when I need it, I need it. And so just a little project that I was working on this afternoon. You can see that I staple gunned it down the side. There's still some pieces out here. I'm not really worried about that. That's not going to catch my hand. But on some of these places where it's been cut, as you can see, I need to tighten that down a little bit more, simply so it doesn't catch my hand. It's real bad on this side. You can tell that piece of wood, obviously these were seconds when he bought them all those years ago, because that's the rounded outside of the tree right there. But you know what? It's perfect for what I need it for. This cost me absolutely exactly sweat. That's all it cost me. I already had the hardware cloth just laying around. This was a piece. Yes, I did cut a piece off of it, but I didn't waste too much. I don't know, it was a piece that came out to about right here, maybe a little bit longer. And so, you know, not much wasted. Hardware cloth, if you priced it, is very expensive. And the wood was free. Like I said, that shed that had to come down had been, and it was falling down at the time, had to come down so we could build. It had been there probably 30 years, 25, 30 years. So he had gotten his use out of it, and after he passed on and we got this place, I took it down as far as I could get it down, and so the wood was completely free. And you can see it was inside. This is the inside stud, and not only the studs but also the rafters that he put up. Saved all the tin off of it. So, you know, reuse what you can. That's the way it works on the Homestead. But now I've got me a nice sifter, and like I said, just dump shovel loads of dirt on top, or not dirt, what am I talking about, compost on top of there, and just back and forth it goes. You can work it in with your hands. It's not going to catch your hands, and you get the fine compost. So just wanted you to just to bring you up to date on what I've been working on today. Obviously there's nothing to do in the garden right now. The garden is put to bed for the year. I did not get my greens in like I wanted to. Just ran out of time, guys. Y'all know that I work off the homestead here full time. I've actually got I've got 1 full-time job and about 3 part-time jobs outside of here that take up a lot of my time, but just catching up where I can. But you know, the thing about what I'm trying to tell you is, you may not need a compost sifter, but there's all kind of opportunities out there. If you have a neighbor or something that's getting ready to take down a fence, getting ready to take down a building in the back, you know, for a little bit of sweat and volunteering to help, they may give you the 2x4s. They may give you, I don't know, the concrete blocks that it's sitting on. And you say, well, I don't need those. Yes, you do. Everything is reusable on the Homestead, just like this. Every part of this, the wire came from a former project, and all the wood came from a former project, and I've still got a ton of it. And like I said, what did it cost me? Sweat. That's all it was. Before the bulldozers got here, I went out there with a sledgehammer and pry bars, and I worked and worked and worked for about 4 days and got a stack of 2x4s that, no, we're not going to do finished work with them. It's Homestead work, and I don't have the money to go buy new every time, so I have to save the money where I can, because that's what it's all about. I mean, not only is it about eating clean food, not only is it about getting away from being dependent on everybody and everything outside of your control. Now you've got control of it. It's also about, you know, saving money. It's about doing something for yourself, and that's, you know, that's what I want you to get to do. So you know, is it something I'm gonna use all the time? No. Is it worth all the blood from the hardware cloth where it cut me all to pieces? Yep, because now I can put my finished compost where it goes. I've got a system going now. I'm feeding the compost pile. It's coming together. So may not have as many as I have with the wood chip pile, but you know, I'll take what I can get. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna get started on the raised bed project today. It's getting kind of late in the afternoon. Plus I got to save something to do in the winter. I mean, in the winter I get so bored I cannot sit in the house. So I've got to find something to do outside. And it may just be after I get through cleaning all of that up, all of that where the strawberry beds used to be, it may be getting started on that. And that's 2 big projects, plus some others that I've got written down that I write down during the year that I will not do during the summer, because if you watch one of my other videos, you saw our little visitors that we have up here sometimes. Well, I'm not tromping through all of that in the middle of the summer to do these little projects. A little smarter than that. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification button, so that, you know, you'll know when I post a video. It's a beautiful thing. Get over there and watch some of those shorts. Get outside and build something. Get outside and plant something. Get outside and grow. Just get outside. It's a beautiful time of year. Enjoy it. Until next time, we love you. God bless you. This is James from Butler Farms, and we'll be seeing you.